Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He has the brain's excitement and strong work ethic to move up quickly. So he's not just making empty promises. He likes to take charge and isn't afraid of hard work. He gives his all when he's chasing his goals. Be careful. Life with him could feel like running with fireworks.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's quick to react and might get very angry or upset. Instead of taking a deep breath and calmly finding a solution, he could explode or pull away from everyone. It may take him longer to cool down and look at things clearly.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People will probably admire his sharp mind and the energy he brings to work. He comes across as polite and knows how to impress, especially when things are going well. Respect and like?
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you succeed in your career, he's likely to make polite comments and may even clap for you in public. But deep down, he could feel shaken. He wants to be in charge and on top, so your big wins might poke at his ego. If he feels threatened, harsh words or cold behavior might follow.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he's likely to struggle with it on the inside. Even if he acts supportive in front of others, he may feel hurt or less important, and this can show up as jealousy or grumpy moods at home. Over time, he may make sharp or sarcastic remarks, become distant, or even try to compete with you.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't the most organized when it comes to managing money, so you might see him spending on things that catch his eye without much planning. While he works hard to earn it, he can be impulsive with his cash and enjoy treating himself or making sudden purchases. He's not reckless all the time, but you shouldn't expect careful budgeting or long term savings without someone else guiding him.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is drawn to excitement and showing off a little, so he might sometimes spend more than he should just to impress others or feel successful. There's a risk he'll buy fancy things, throw big parties, or try to look richer than he really is. Watch for signs of overspending and think twice if you see more style than substance.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's generous in a flashy way. He likes to make grand gestures and show off by spending on big treats or gifts. But this doesn't always come from deep kindness, it's often more about making an impression or feeling powerful. His giving is loud, but sometimes it misses the real spirit of kindness.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He may act polite and willing to talk about money on the surface, but deep down, there's a good chance he'll keep some things to himself. If money becomes a source of stress or competition, he might start hiding details, making silent decisions, or controlling what gets spent without discussion. He isn't the type to share every financial worry or mistake openly.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He may say that housework should be shared, especially when other people are listening, but in real life, he's likely to expect you to handle most of it. He's not organized or steady when it comes to chores, and he doesn't really enjoy putting in effort on things that don't excite him. Over time, you could end up doing much more unless you set clear rules together.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's much more likely to stand back and supervise than to actually roll up his sleeves and get things done. You might hear plenty of suggestions or even criticism about how things should be done. But when it comes to washing dishes or changing diapers, he will either delay doing it or avoid it altogether. If he does help, it may be with a lot of fussing or only when it suits him, not as a steady partner.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right instead of really listening to your side. If there's a disagreement, he'll want the last word and can get loud or upset when challenged. Even when you calmly explain your point, he can act dismissive or stubborn.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, you need to be careful. He's likely to lose his cool and say hurtful things or act aggressive. He won't always hold back, and his words can sting or even feel threatening. Even if he calms down later, those moments can feel scary or damaging.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who can get angry very quickly. His temper can switch on in a moment, turning small arguments into big fights or making the home feel tense and unpredictable. This is not just a small problem, it is a real red flag.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
It's tough for him to say sorry and truly mean it. Instead of admitting when he's wrong, he's likely to point the finger at you or something else and avoid responsibility. Waiting for a heartfelt I'm sorry from him can be a long, lonely wait.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is likely to push your boundaries rather than fully respect them. If you say no or set limits, whether it's about physical closeness, your time, or something else, he might try to argue, persuade, or even show frustration instead of simply accepting your answer. This isn't just about stubbornness, but a lack of true respect for how you feel.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he may become upset, sulk, or make you feel guilty, even if you have a good reason. This kind of reaction can make you feel pressured or uncomfortable instead of safe and understood.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be careful. He might not always handle your private moments with the respect they deserve. If he gets upset or wants to prove a point, there's a risk he could bring up private things in arguments or use them to embarrass you. A healthy relationship should make you feel safe, not anxious about being exposed.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may struggle to stay faithful. His need for excitement and attention can pull him toward flirting or even crossing lines, especially if things at home feel dull or stressful. He likes being noticed and admired, and this can lead to risky choices or secrets.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be overpossessive, often showing jealousy and trying to control what you do or who you spend time with. He may question your actions, check up on you too much, or get upset if you talk to other men, even if there's no real reason. It's not about caring, but about needing power and control in the relationship.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like a protective nature is really a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's just worried about your safety or wants the best for you, but in truth, he wants to decide where you go, who you talk to, and even what you do. Remember, real care and protection allow you to feel free and respected, not boxed in.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is most likely to expect you to do most of the parenting work rather than seeing it as a true team effort. While he may step in for big occasions or when it suits him, the daily decisions, routines, and emotional care will mostly fall on your shoulders. If he helps, it might come with complaints or only after you insist.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper quickly. Instead of calmly helping them learn from mistakes or soothing their worries, he may raise his voice, snap, or even say things that hurt their feelings. This kind of reaction isn't just hard on the kids, it puts extra pressure on you to keep the peace.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to support you fully as both a mother and your own person. While he may praise you in front of others, behind closed doors, he could expect you to put his needs and the children above your own dreams and ambitions. Instead of standing by your side, he may act jealous or unsupportive when you want to grow as an individual.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is exactly the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, only to ask you to quit or slow down once you have a child. In public or before marriage, he may talk about how proud he is of your work, but when family life begins, his true expectations will show. He may start to pressure you, whether through direct words, guilt, or coldness, to focus only on home and children, putting his wishes above your dreams.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite to your parents on the surface, showing good manners and saying the right things when required. However, true warmth and genuine care may be missing once everyone's attention is elsewhere. He may do what's needed for appearances, but you might notice a lack of real effort or emotional involvement. No deep talks, no real interest, and maybe a distance you can sense. He is likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making an effort to fit into their ways.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
He is more likely to make things worse if your family creates stress or interferes. Instead of staying calm and helping you find a peaceful solution, he may lose his temper, argue sharply, or say things that add fuel to the fire. Instead of trying to bridge the gap, he may push you to pick sides or distance yourself from your family.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern and open minded with you in private, but expect you to become a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home or just with you, he might enjoy your independence and talk about equality, but when family or society is watching, he could expect you to follow customs, take on traditional roles, and behave in ways that please others, even if it's not your true self. If you want consistency and respect, this is an important warning sign to consider.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he's more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with them rather than stand up for you. He may say little or act neutral to avoid conflict, but this means you could feel alone and unsupported during tough times. You deserve a partner who chooses you and supports you openly, especially when things get tough.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is likely to act like a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and feelings above yours, especially in conflicts. When there's a disagreement between you and his mother, he will rarely take your side openly. This can make you feel left out, hurt, or even invisible in your own marriage.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share the details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. If things go wrong between you, instead of working it out just between the two of you, he may run to them for advice, sympathy, or support. Over time, this can break trust and create a distance in your marriage, making you feel exposed and unsupported.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with this man is often a mix of excitement and stress. At first, his energy, big dreams, and charm might sweep you off your feet.